The following is an independently produced community access program. The viewpoints expressed are those of the community access producer and do not reflect those of Shaw Cable Systems. The program is presented in response to CRTC policy guidelines regulating community programming.
So can you tell me what it is you're doing here today?
We're protesting.
We think it's time as Canadians that we took to the streets to oppose the Harper regime. Enough is enough. We've heard too much already. We're absolutely disgusted, and we want to do something that we can have all Canadians who have been abused by this government come out behind us. We could have veterans and scientists, environmentalists, public servants, pensioners, you name it, come out with your signs and line up with us and say enough is enough, Harper Resign Now. That's the message we want to give, and we want people across the country to come out and join us.
Well, Marie said most of it. I'm particularly upset with Harper's attack on science and the libraries and all the knowledge that Canadians have accumulated over the 450 years we've had this country. I'm particularly upset with his attack on all the artists, on the environmental organizations, on the experimental lakes area, which is eliminated, even though it's been refunded by the Ontario government. When they got ready to get going again, they found out that the Harper dictatorship refused to let them have any research licenses. So they actually can't do anything there. I'm absolutely outraged with all of it, all the shit that Harper has done, and it's definitely time. The veterans, when the veterans start protesting the government, then you know that something is really up.
Yes, I'm here today as part of the Edmonton Coalition Against War and Racism, one of many groups that are realizing that the Harper government has to go. We're putting this clearly in the terms of Harper Resign Now. And we hope that this slogan is going to be carried from coast to coast to coast in Canada. Harper Resign Now. We've had enough. Whether it's the new, so-called Elections Fairness Act, or spying on Canadians, or his support for Israel war crimes. It's gone too far. Get him out now. This is the blurb.
Do you have any business cards?
This is the blurb, but I've got something potentially for you.
No way, but it's the majority.
I got involved with Tarzan and Arab's artwork through Paul Fisher's documentary. He came back from filming Tarzan and Arab, and he was showing me the footage. I saw their paintings, and I wanted to make a collection of their paintings to sell independently, and which sort of led me to Latitude 53, actually. I think the political message behind their art is basically that there is no political message. You're right in that there's a lot of media coming out of Gaza that represents a certain aspect of Gaza that does happen. But the whole other part of Gaza is that it is a beautiful place to be, and there's a lot of water, there are a lot of children, there's a lot of playing, there's a community, people are very close, and as a community I think it is very tight-knit and very vibrant and very strong.
What are Tarzan and Arab's goals with their artwork? What kind of audience are they trying to reach, and what kind of message are they trying to get out?
The message they're trying to get out is peace and love. I think within the next, in years to come, there will be a lot more produced. They will have a lot more paintings. They're 25 years old at the moment, and I think they're budding artists, although already very successful. You will see a lot more work from them in years to come.
Our key message is about the seniors' drug plan and the government's plans to eliminate it. The whole issue of the minister says there will be consultation on this. Our experience with government consultation in the past has not been very good, but we'll follow up on it. I think the key issue that we're addressing is the Premier's letter, in which she undertook not to discontinue the seniors' drug plan. If they are prepared to preserve the plan, that's great. If they're not, I think the Premier needs to explain why she has found it necessary to go back on a promise she made when she was seeking office. This was not a one-shot deal. We are very angry at the way this government is addressing seniors' issues and failing to address many seniors' issues. So we will be continuing to take action as we think necessary.
But I know from many constituents speaking to me, elderly, individuals, seniors, the disabled, public charities that are doing mail-outs, and a whole range of people that depend on delivery of our postal service, is that there has to be a solution by which we don't explode the system, but we reinforce it and make it viable for the future as a public entity.
But we just can't see any possible good fiscal policy on this. And my understanding is for the last 20 years, Canada Post has been doing well financially. The only year that they went in the red was the year they locked out our postal workers. And you'll recall that many of us were in that house for 24 hours over 3 consecutive days fighting against that decision to lock out our postal workers.
And what will Harper say and police a raid as well, they'll say, as was mentioned earlier, they will say, well, it's a Crown corporation, it's arm's length, it's their decisions, and he'll try and distance the government from the decisions of this corporation. And he could listen to community groups, and we're starting this process with meetings like this to get the input of the people that actually own the post office to be able to take the message back to Harper. So if Harper wants to decimate our post office, he's in for a fight. And if he doesn't listen to us and he doesn't listen to the people of Canada, he is going to be on the losing end of this fight.
Postal workers, the letter carriers, our security service for the whole of Canada. We know where our seniors live. We know where differently able people live. We know when people are on vacation, who belongs in that area, who doesn't belong in that area. They look after their customers.
And one of the major things that this government seems to have forgotten, and they've sent a letter through Imagine Canada, to the Minister Ray, is that the cost of their service and the cost of postage and that is going to have a huge impact on communities from coast to coast to coast, on their fundraising abilities and their abilities to offer programs in the communities for those less able.
My parents and my husband's parents both need assistance to walk anywhere. They're not going to be able to go out and get their mail. They live in a small community. Who's going to be there to help them? I'm going to have to maybe think about it myself. Am I going to be able to go and be their postal service? I mean, it's being pushed back onto us as citizens of Canada to keep paying for what this government, who we elected, to help us. And the government is keep taking our cutbacks.
At Canada Post, we understand that some people have concerns about the changes we're making to secure postal service for all Canadians. I want to thank the people at Shaw TV for providing this opportunity to share some information. First, it's important to understand why we are making these changes. Simply put, the ongoing decline in the amount of mail in Canada has put our national postal service at risk. To understand the size of the problem, you just need to remember one number: 1 billion. In 2012, we delivered 1 billion fewer pieces of mail than we did just 6 years earlier. Without change, the projections showed Canada Post losing $1 billion a year by the year 2020. We analyzed all the options, talked to Canadians in meetings from coast to coast, and examined what other countries were doing. Last December, we put forward our 5-point action plan. We're streamlining our operations, addressing the cost of labor, adjusting our pricing to better reflect today's environment, expanding convenience through franchise post offices, and moving the remaining 5 million or so door-to-door customers to community mailboxes. In January of this year, we released guiding principles that address many of the concerns being raised about community mailboxes. For example, residents will be consulted on their preferences through numerous means prior to the installation of the boxes. Special attention will be paid to those with mobility issues, and the dense urban cores that may present the most challenges will be converted later in the 5-year rollout. The reality is, delivering mail to the door costs twice as much as delivering it to a community mailbox. While converting the remaining 5 million households will result in significant savings, this is about more than that. It will allow us to continue delivering mail every day, which many people and businesses still rely on, while securing the long-term future of postal service for all Canadians. I thank you for your time, and if you're looking for more information, I would ask you to go to canadapost.ca. Thanks.